Hello, this is Eric of Not BIOS, and I'm using the Aircross2 from MOZA. And I'm using the MOZA Master app. That's the app you use to control this. So I go into my app, I choose my Aircross2. I've already connected it. Now I just have to press the button and get it to connect here. And one thing that's pretty cool, of course, is your remote control. And so with this, I can do crazy things like tilt and roll. And it's way too hard to control like this, so I'm going to use it tilt up. I'll just recenter right now because it's a way easier. Up, down, all around. Whoop, making a mess. Recenter. So there's a selfie mode. When you press that, it flips the other way around. It's kind of funny. I didn't expect that. But the one really cool thing too, of course, about this app is this mimic motion. Oh, and by the way, my camera is not like connected to the gimbal itself. It's kind of cool that everything is controlled by the phone. So for this, you got to have your phone set up as it shows here. So wherever I am with my phone, if I face this way or whatever, it's going to screw things up. So I'm going to face it towards me so I know what's happening here. So I'm going to press start. And so wherever I turn, if I go up or down, you can see which way I'm going. And there's no center for this. It's going to be a matter of where I go. If I want to go right up the ceiling, right back down. And of course right now I have my light in the way. So connecting a phone to this camera to balance it is a real nightmare. I haven't managed to figure out how to do it. So right now I am waiting on some new software so I can actually make it also go as a selfie to control the camera. Come on, stop mimicking motion. Okay, good. And of course, right now the software itself is kind of buggy. So if I go to Creative Video, right here, and then I go to Object Tracking, as soon as I try to track something, okay, I'm going to use myself in this image. So I can, this is an example. Normally it's supposed to be a mount on top of the camera. Okay, let's see if I get myself proper close. And as soon as you try to track an object, it just closes the program right out. Though, however, I contacted one of the support people from MOZA, or Godson, however you pronounce that. And they're looking to release some new software with some updates, so I'll hopefully fix that, especially on Android phones like my own phone, where it doesn't crash all the time when you try to track an object. So let's see how that goes. Of course, one thing I'd like to be able to do is mount a phone, say, down the lower part of the gimbal, so I can track an object from there. I'm going to have to see after if that works once they fix the tracking software. So right now I can use basically the gimbal as a toy, but if you're a one-man crew and you're not filming anyone else, what am I going to do? Go stick my hand back here to control my gimbal and go face up and face down because there's a remote control joystick there. Kind of funny. Balancing the camera with the Sony ZV-1 is actually pretty darn easy when you don't have anything mounted on it. Right now I just have a wireless receiver mounted on my Sony ZV-1. It's quite easy to balance. And then I'm using my Ulanzi claw, which is normally not meant to go with this, but it makes it very easy for getting out the memory card. So you might have noticed that if you're facing this way, some of the controls are backwards. It's all because the idea is you're normally going to be behind the camera. So if I was facing this way, it's backwards. So the idea is that you'd be a camera person playing with this roll and everything else. And therefore your direction would be correct. The problem is for some of us sitting in front of it, it just doesn't work. I guess since the object tracking doesn't work yet, I guess you have to make your own fake object tracking using mimic motion control this time. Still, not as cool having to hold a phone in your hand and pretend you're actually having a motion tracking. Anyways, the cool thing is it's connected by Bluetooth. There's no wires needed for this. But I guess for taking pictures and video recording, well, for that, I guess, you must need a cable, and I can't find information on that kind of thing. I guess I'll have to ask tech support, because he started writing me, and So far, we might get object tracking fixed, and that would be awesome. Also suggested the idea of making it so you can change from your rear camera to front camera, because if you can have your front camera, when you actually see what you're doing, I think that'd be pretty awesome. So you can select from the front right here. I'll do a follow-up once object tracking is fixed. They sent me this, I guess, temporary software, the link to it, but it didn't install, so can't do anything at this time.
This is not BIOS, tech and hardware.
But this thing goes pretty fast. It's crazy. What's my brightness at?